Today I'm going to be filming my MAC starter kit video. The top 10 products that I basically think if you're a new collector of makeup or if you want to start collecting MAC in general, particular, it's complete opposites. I've been collecting MAC since I was about 11 years old, and I used to be addicted to these videos. I used to find them really helpful. I used to watch them all the time, and obviously these are all my personal opinions, so there's loads of these on the internet, so if your style or your taste isn't actually that similar to mine, that's cool. Have a look on someone else's video, but this is just what I think are the good starting pieces of MAC. So I hope you find this useful, and let's get on to the video. I'm going to work in kind of order of when you would apply the product. So I'm going to start with foundation. I don't think that anybody needs to wear foundation, but if you would like to get a foundation, I'd say a good one to start off with would be the MAC Face and Body Foundation. This was, I think, the first ever MAC foundation I bought, and I have had it ever since I was probably 12. Not the same bottle, obviously. It is a beautiful, sheer, but buildable foundation. It depends on how you apply it. If you're someone who's just starting out with makeup and wants something like a tinted moisturiser, just apply this with a flat brush or gently with your fingers, just like smoothing it over your skin, and it will give you a nice sheer finish. However, what's great about this foundation and why so many makeup artists carry it in their kits is because it's completely workable and buildable. So the more you buff this in, the thicker the formula gets and the more coverage you'll get from it. So if you apply it with something like the Real Techniques buffing brush, which is how I like to apply it, it will give you a much fuller coverage. And also it sits really nicely on your skin, and it lasts a nice long time on your skin throughout the day, and it photographs really beautifully. Again, why a lot of makeup artists would recommend this foundation. It's gorgeous. The next product that you would put on your face is a concealer. If you don't want a foundation, maybe just skip foundation completely and move on to this step first. And my favourite concealer of all time, which just happens to be from MAC, is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is gorgeous. It's honestly such a beautiful concealer because similarly to the Face and Body, it's a really liquidy formulation and really thin, so it doesn't feel heavy on your skin at all, but it's really densely pigmented, so it has a lot of coverage to it, and it lasts a ridiculously long time on your skin. It will not come off throughout the day. It will still be in place when you go to bed at night. It is a great concealer with really good coverage, and it's so thin that you can get away with not wearing foundation and just wearing this where you need it, because it melts into your skin and looks completely kind of seamless. So this is a brilliant concealer and great for anyone starting out with MAC. And then after all this hard work, you're gonna want a powder to set it all into place. So my favourite powder, which again is from MAC, obviously, because it's a MAC video, but it's also my favourite anyway, is the MAC Studio Fix powder. This is actually a powder foundation, so if you don't want the coverage of a liquid foundation, then a concealer than this, you could just use the concealer and this. Or just apply this really sheerly and it won't give you like a cakey face or like a lot of coverage. I use this every single day to set the centre of my face, just to add a little bit more coverage, and it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so it will just help to highlight. But this will keep your makeup on all day. It will keep it matte, shine free. It doesn't feel super heavy and cakey if you apply it properly, so with a nice fluffy brush, and it's just... If you want to fill in your eyebrows, I would recommend going for a powder first out because it's softer and you can also use it as an eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow that I would recommend if you have brows a similar shade to mine, obviously eyebrows are so different, so I'm going to give you a few different options. But for my brow shade, I use Brun, which I also love to use in a dark smoky eye. But if you have blonde hair, I would say go for Omega, which is then a really nice crease colour, or it's a nice contour shade if you're really fair. And if you've got kind of warmer toned browns, go for something like Brown Down, or what is this, charcoal brown, if you've got kind of a warmer undertone to your hair. You can use all those colours on your eyes as well, and it will save you buying more eyeshadow. Now, before I get onto eyeshadow, I'm going to talk about what I think you need to apply it. My holy grail eyeshadow brush that I use in every single tutorial without fail and have been using for years and have multiple backups of, because I honestly cannot imagine my life without this brush, is my MAC 217 brush. It's one side, it's kind of like a flat shader brush, and then you flip it the other side and it's much fluffier. And that is brilliant because it means it's really multi-purpose. You can apply a lid colour and just like whack it on with the side of the brush, and then you flip it to the fluffier side and you can get a perfectly defined crease, and it's brilliant. It blends really effortlessly, and if you're starting out, you want something that is going to really help you if you aren't as practiced in makeup, and this brush does a lot of the work for you. So I definitely think if you're investing in some MAC products, the 217 brush should be one of them. Now for eyeshadows, I would say starting out, maybe go for a quad or get a palette and then buy the eyeshadows singularly. I think if you're going to start collecting, don't waste your money buying the individual pots like these, unless the only time I would say that is when you're buying your brow product, because you don't want to have to take a whole palette with you if you want to use your brow product. So get your little brow powder in a single and then buy palettes from then on, but that's only if you know you're going to start collecting eyeshadows and you think you're going to have a lot, because it is cheaper in the end to do it this way. You don't want to waste money buying packaging basically. So that's the mistake I made early on. I kept buying pot eyeshadows and then I spent a whole day depotting them all, and I realised I'd wasted a lot of money. The first one is Texture from MAC. This is the perfect warm colour, warm light brown crease colour. Oh, there's a bird. It's a little blackbird. Hello. It's honestly so perfect to buff on the outside of any eyeshadows to warm it up a little bit. Just put in your crease or all over your lid if you want to go for a brown smoky eye. It's such a gorgeous shade. I really love. I just completely like grated an eyeshadow. As you can see, I've used the heck out of it. It's one of my favourite eyeshadows of all time, so definitely that texture. And the other colour I would say to go for is Woodwinked, which you can see is nearly all gone in my palette. These four are like my go-to. This is Gleam and this is Mulch. This is like my little go-to if I'm travelling. I'll just take this palette with me because I know I'll get a lot of use out of these colours. But Woodwinked is a beautiful like gold, but when you blend it out it turns into like a warm brown, so it looks like you're wearing two eyeshadows in one, and it's so stunning and really quick to do if you're in a rush. And then obviously you have your darker brow product which you can put in your crease or use as a soft liner, etc. The next product will be no shock to you because I talk about it all the freaking time. This is my MAC Upward Lash Mascara. If you had asked me like 6 months ago, what MAC mascara should I buy, I would be like, none of them, I don't like any of them. But since they brought out this one, I've changed my tune. It is so lengthening, so thickening, and it's just a lot of product goes on your lashes, because basically the tiny little wand is hollow, so when you put it on your lashes it just dispenses a lot of product and then you just run it through your lashes, and it is gorgeous, and it keeps your eyelashes curled, which is a big thing for me because my eyelashes are pin straight. And it's just a brilliant concealer. This is not a concealer. Mascara. It's a brilliant mascara. Mascara is one of those things that I think is probably the most costly because you repurchase it the most, because, you know, 3-month kind of expiry date on mascaras, and also I know I use a lot of products, so I will run out more than every 3 months. So to repurchase this is quite expensive, but I think it's worth it. Last two products are a lip product and a cheek product. Now, I don't use a MAC bronzer. I'm actually not a massive fan of the MAC bronzers. I've only tried a few, so I should probably try a few more before I say that, but I don't have any MAC bronzers to show you. However, I do have the blush in Trace Gold. Now, just a pre-warning, obviously I've got kind of a medium, I mean, I'm really pale at the moment, but normally I've got a kind of medium-ish skin tone, like an NC30, so just keep that in mind when I talk about skin products. This works for me like a bronzy blush. It isn't quite a bronzer for me, however if you're fairer than me it could work as both a blush, a bronzer and a highlight all in one because it's really shimmery. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, and I think it's a really good one for a first off, because it means I don't think if you're just starting out with makeup you need to wear a contour, a blush, a bronzer, a highlight. I just don't think it's necessary. You can just whack one product on your cheek and look glowy and healthy, but not too much, and I think Trace Gold will do that for you. However, just to give you another option, if you do want more of a pink or like a light wearable blush that isn't like a bronzer, I love the shade Dame, which is a really light pale pastel-y pink, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Finally, for lips, I'm going to talk about my favourite lipstick to wear on an everyday basis. This is Hue. I think this is a really safe bet for a first lipstick because you want something that you are actually going to wear a lot and will wear every day that you wear makeup, because what I used to do was buy lipsticks that I thought were really, really cool, but I knew I would never wear. And I mean, like, now I'm glad I did that because I've got some really fun colours that I can play with and wear in videos and stuff like that. But when I was younger and I didn't actually feel that confident with wearing bright colours, I don't know why I bought them. So go for something that you would feel comfortable wearing, and I know that like 11-year-old me felt very comfortable in Hue, and it's a really versatile colour because it's not sheer, but it's a creamy pink, so you can wear it with a smoky eye, you could wear it with just natural everyday makeup and it will never look too much. So this is one of my all-time favourite lipsticks. I've bought so many of these. So those are the top 10 products that I think you need in your MAC starter kit. Obviously it's up to debate, everybody has a different opinion on what's kind of a standard and an essential, but that was just my opinion. I really hope it helped some of you guys out, and I hope you have give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the video and any requests for videos you'd like to see. And as always, all of my social medias are linked down below: my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram, etc. all down below, so make sure you go follow me on those to keep up to date with what is going on in my life. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!